Yo, what's up, everybody? Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, share. Sharing is caring. Help us out on YouTube. Help us out on TikTok. TikTok is Mr. 411. YouTube is 411 Sports World. Hey, welcome to the Laker Locker Room. I'm 411. In the building is Twan and Rod, my Laker brethren. So yeah, we're just gonna chop it up about the Lakers and we'll see where it go. Hey guys, Lakers are down 3 games to 0 with a game being played today. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Kick us off, Rod.
Um, we finna get broomed. I mean, like what we really. I don't know what anybody else was expecting. I mean, at that point they had already beat us. Hell, 8 times straight.
Hey,
I mean, if somebody whooping your ass 8 times straight, you probably ain't gonna win. And it just comes down to I feel like we're gonna get into LeBron and we're gonna get into the players and all that stuff, but I start at management. Management knows what it is. I don't know why we continue to move forward with this small ball mentality, but you gotta get a big. It's the way that things work. When Shaq was dominant, everybody had a 7-footer. Were you gonna stop him? Maybe not. But in order to have a puncher's chance, you gotta have a legit 7-foot big body guy to go up against Shaq, along with a good power forward. That's just the way it was. The Spurs beat us because they had Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Okay, same way. Now that Joker is in the West, Joker is supposedly a dominant big. Well, the league allows Joker to play like a giant amongst midgets, and I'm like, AD told you 3 years ago, I'm not a center. I don't want to play center. What did you do? The year after he told you that, did you get a big body center? No. The year after that, did you get a big body center? No. The year after that, you didn't get a big body. So management set this ass whooping up. And we're going to keep getting our ass whooped until we get a big body center that allows AD to come from the weak side and really take care of Joker the way you did in the bubble when you had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, two bigger bodies, two stronger players to contend with Joker, and then let AD come in from the weak side, let AD guard him at times one-on-one, but to ask AD to give you 40 a night, that's what it's going to take to win, and play elite defense on one of the best big men in the game. That it's a recipe for failure before we get into D'Angelo Russell don't hit a shot, LeBron slow the game down too much. Before we get into any of that, management screwed up.
yeah. So up front, uh, basically setting the team to go against what the big issue is in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to gear your team up to go against MJ. What are you gonna do to
Right.
gear yourself up to beat MJ? And right now it's looking like, what you gonna do to stop the Joker and
I
company.
mean,
And
if you want to beat MJ back in the day, you knew you needed a 6'5" to 6'7" size guard. That was the only way you're gonna have a chance. I mean, otherwise, Jordan's gonna destroy you. I mean, that's why the Knicks didn't win, but they gave them the best fight because they had bigger guards. That's just you gotta have something to combat what is the most dominant player at that time. That's just common sense, and AD has matched Joker point for point, bucket for bucket. No, he's not gonna have all the assists because that's not his game. He ain't getting dominated tremendously on the board, So I mean, AD has done his job, but at the end of the day, Joker outweighs him by 30, 40 pounds. Get you a big body in there. Like, I don't know why they refuse to do the damn thing. Just get a big body. You got DeMarcus Cousins sitting out there. DeMarcus Cousins has the optimal body to bang all day with Joker.
You know what that remind me of though? Kind of remind me of like the Bulls when they had like all those long bodies coming in the game. You know, they never really had a big time center, and we're talking
They
about
weren't a
during the
scoring
Jordan.
center, but they had big bodies to
They
deal
had a
with
bunch
Patrick
of
Ewing,
bodies.
to deal with
Yeah,
Shaq, to deal with Akeem, to deal with David Robinson, to deal with Lonzo Moore. Like during that center era,
yeah,
you was gonna get your ass like burnt if you didn't have a 7-footer, 7 foot, 280 to 320 pound beast down in that middle. If you didn't, you was done. And so I'm like, everybody, oh, LA got a big team. No, we don't. No, we don't have a big team. We really don't. Now watch. Nuggets still might win, but when they play Minnesota, it's gonna be a tougher series for them because they got two big centers to go at Joker. That's
yep.
all it took.
And they got six man of the year Nas Reed, who's
Yeah.
6'10", 6'11". So they
Yeah.
got a third one that they can bring out there too. Yeah. What do you think about the management, Brundage?
Oh, well, I'm 100. He he said nothing wrong yet. There's nothing else you can put on that. They have. I like you said, we'll get into exactly maybe what their mindset is, but and if it's appeasing, if this is an appeasement to the star that we have, then what I'm saying, like I say, it just doesn't make sense if the man on the block, what I'm saying, like you say, the man that's on the block is Joker, and you're gonna have to go through him. You don't have anything to counteract the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you just refuse to go out and what I'm saying. You refuse to equip yourself with the personnel that you need to be successful. Then there should be no, what I'm saying. Like I said, there's no. This shouldn't be a surprise. And the same thing, we kind of alluded to a little bit. This is a 2-7 matchup. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a 5, 4-5 or whatever. This is a 2-7. And there's a reason it's a 2-7 because, like you said, the we don't have the right guys in the right positions. And you're 100% right, Rod, on Anthony Davis when they first. I don't want to play center. You know what I'm saying? He told them he didn't want to play center, and so it's like, go get a center. You know what I'm saying? Move the man to power forward where he's at his most
Comfortable.
natural. Yeah. I mean, nobody, even with like Tim Duncan, you know what I'm saying? Like Tim Duncan was a power forward, regardless of who they had at center. You know what I'm saying? They never, he played the position occasionally. Like he said, it sets, but there was a center out there with Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? And because that's
Yeah.
not where he played at. And so you got to do what you got to do to make your team the most successful. Um, like I say, I think we got a lot of early on trying to appease one person too much, and it's coming to bite us in the ass right now. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Speaking of that one person, right? LeBron James. There is a again the
that ain't the
media
name I
loves.
use.
Well, I
That ain't
use
the
it.
name I use. Oh, okay. I
Okay.
didn't want to make sure because I didn't use that name.
Yeah. Well, I used
I
it.
didn't want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, like the media is going, is constantly put, and I kind of called it, man, before the season even started. That the person that was going to be blamed was D'Angelo Russell, and it's spot on. Uh, he's been to blame by the main media, but I think he gave us that one game that he should have given us that that you couldn't ask for anything more on. What are your thoughts on the squad, man? I mean, let's talk about who quote unquote is to blame so far in this series. I mean, we got Darvin Ham on the table. You got we'll just say it. We got Russell on the table. We got LeBron. I think we agree that AD's off the table. So who's the real blame here, guys? And just from a Laker perspective, who do y'all have?
Well, I can take this one. For me, I would say you know, the if I had to pick a player, I mean, as far as performance, yes, D'Angelo Russell does have some culpability. Okay, we cannot sit here and act like, you know, going 0 for 6 and all that stuff there is cool. You know,
Right.
That's not gonna work. You know, um, you know, and then the other aspect of it that we can't ignore is LeBron. While he plays highlight defense, he doesn't play meat and potato defense. Like, you know, 2 nights ago when Aaron Gordon was getting all those rebounds, getting all those backdoor cuts, that was LeBron's man. How many times can you have your head turned and this guy dips in behind you and get a layup? How many times can you not box a guy out and he get a putback and a layup? So he had some culpability with that. When Hachimura got switched off on Aaron Gordon, same thing. Though I like it's plenty of blame to go around to everybody, but you know, D'Angelo Russell cannot go from averaging 15, 16 points a game, you know, over a stretch to just nothing. You know, and even that game that we lost, I feel like and that game that we lost when he did go off, I feel like the refs took that from us. There was a lot of questionable calls, even the replay where he got hit in the face and they were like, oh, the ball was already gone. Since when is it not a foul because the ball is gone and you get hit in the face? I'm like, well, if that's the case, if I was Darvin Ham, I would have sent the goon out there. I said, let him shoot and punch him right in the face since the ball gone. I mean, if that's what we're doing, I mean, like, you know, it's stuff like that. It was like, okay, well, you know, so that's one game. But game 1, game 3, he played terrible. And so, you know, I can't let him off the hook for that. Then with the add insult to injury, I didn't like the fact that, you know, you getting beat, you got a donut out there, and you, instead of you joining the huddle, participating with the team, you sitting over on your cell phone. So I'm like, you know, whatever happened to him this summer, it happens to him.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Brian. It sounds like you about to say something.
Oh yeah, and like you say, there's plenty of blame to go around. And again, if you know, my thing is, if you're a leader, if you're the leader of a team, there has to be some point. You know, if we go, you know, when people go through all this debate and everything, but if LeBron is supposed to be this great guy that he's supposed to be, at some point you've got to find other ways to impact the game, make the game easier for the guys that are out there. The fact that he has never learned how to play out of the post, you know what I'm saying? That's just mind-boggling that a guy that big doesn't know how to work the post area to create mismatches and setups for the rest of his teammates. It's just crazy to me.
He really can't, because I mean, if I had to pick anybody in the league with the body type and the quickness to guard a LeBron James, it would be Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, the same size, just as athletic. You know, Aaron Gordon has when it's time to lock in, Aaron Gordon has locked LeBron down.
And I don't, you know, I don't. That part of it for the matchup, but still, the fact that you have, like you said, the only who's down there though. Who else is down there? They got Joker and they got Gordon down. You know what I'm saying? Working that area. Who we got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, like I said, I think we were fighting a losing battle anyway. It's almost like the first time Kobe's Lakers faced the Celtics. I knew going that series it was going to be an uphill battle because Bynum was hurt. I needed Bynum to change the matchups. Not saying Bynum's a world beater, but I knew Pau Gasol was going to struggle against that weight of Kendrick Perkins. He's a better matchup with even though Garnett's a better defender. Garnett versus Gasol, weight-wise, body-wise, was going to be a better matchup for Gasol. And we lost that series. The following year, we had Bynum. Bynum was still hurt, but Bynum changed that matchup just enough to where you had Gasol versus Garnett. That was a better matchup. And that's not to just keep harping on management, but management really screwed this up. Because you got, because that shifts everything now. Now it's LeBron versus Michael Porter. Well, Michael Porter's tall, but he's not as strong as Aaron Gordon. So now Michael Porter got to guard LeBron. So now if LeBron goes to the post, yeah, he can back down Porter. But he ain't moving Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon just as strong as LeBron.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? But even my thing, and I guess like I said, my whole thing with LeBron is the fact that he just never learned. Even if he, you know what I'm saying, even if he just never learned. He has never put himself in the position to even see if that's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? He just refuses to do it. He wants to stand out on the perimeter, and like you say, he wants to play highlight defense. He does not want to get down there and bang. He does not want to. He don't want to get nasty. You know what I'm saying? And for a guy that's his size, that's his weight, that's his strength, he should be down there. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, if you're not going, if you the one calling the shots and you ain't got us a center down there, well then damn it, get your ass down there and have a 15 rebound game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't, like you said, and again, like you said, the management, this is just, like you said, didn't crap the bed from the get-go, and then you get to the playoffs, it's not something you can fix when it's been a problem all year. You know what I'm saying? We've been even if you got a big body and you stash him at the bottom of the bench just for the Nuggets.
Right.
This is just your job. I need you to all season. I want you to study film on Joker. I want you to be ready. Because we gonna switch up and go soft power when we play them. Like you might not play hardly against anybody, but when we play the Nuggets, we gonna need you. Like, I think an Andre Drummond or DeMarcus Cousins could have filled that role where it's like, okay, this is my series, this is my time. But I think but back to the LeBron thing. My thing with LeBron isn't really his game. I understand that he's almost 40 years old. Older guy, he don't want to bang. He don't want to put, that type of pressure on his body. But if that's the case, get paid like it. And I know a lot of people say, well, Kobe got as much money as he could on the way out. Well, Kobe had given the Lakers 5 championships. So for him to get his fair wear of money, that's one thing. But LeBron, you quasi-Laker. You ain't really Laker. Right. And so for you to come in and you want all the money, you one of the highest paid players in there, and you don't give us highest paid player productivity. Are you still a good player? Yes. But if you really about a championship, if you really chasing that ghost, as you say, this summer, instead of opting in and trying to get the most money out the Lakers, can you be happy with 20 million? Can you be happy with 15 million? I mean, you're a billionaire. You should be happy. Can you be happy with that so we can go take that money and get a bigger, better shooting guard, get a center, make the roster, in such a way to where we aren't at a disadvantage at every position outside of you and AD?
Every great player in every other sport, if you want to go back, you look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady did the same thing. He could have got paid, he could have demanded the money and the Patriots would have given it to him. He had an understanding that never, hey, I cannot win. Yeah, I cannot win if I'm the highest paid player on the team. Get me, like you say, I'm going to get some money. You're going to give me the money, whether it's up front or at the end. I'm going to get the money. Just give me some guys that's out there on the field that's going to help me do the job that I need to get done. Mike, the same way. Jordan, same way. Gatorade and Nike's paying this dude. I don't need this NBA money. Get me some players on my team that can help me win, and we'll win. And like you say, LeBron has always, every time it comes down to whether it was in Miami, whether it's in Cleveland, whether it's in LA, he is always the same way. Like you said, he wants the big contract, he wants the money, and then
he wants a stacked team. You
can't do that. Yeah, you cannot. You can't. You can't do that. And I don't know. I guess if we're going to start slithering down this wormhole a little bit about that, the man got on TV and told JJ Redick, "Well, we didn't have the pieces. We didn't have enough complementary pieces
Where
to
in
In
win the
Miami?
Miami,
championship."
in Miami,
Yeah, in
you
Miami, you had two other top 10 players with you, but you don't have enough complementary pieces to win a
no,
championship.
you
Come on,
had
man.
the complementary pieces. You had Rashard Lewis, you had Mike Miller, you had Shane
Young
Battier,
Udonis Haslam.
you had a young Udonis Haslam. You had, I mean, what are you talking about, bro? What you talking about? Like, come on, man. No,
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
what happened was this. It's either one or two things happened in that Dallas finals. Either you got scared and you choked, or you saw that Dwayne Wade was running the show and Dwayne Wade was killing Dallas and he was going to get finals MVP. And so either you would rather lose that finals than to see him get finals MVP, because that would be your first championship. And that would mean everybody already saying Dwayne Wade got to carry you. You running on Dwayne Wade team. If Dwayne Wade had got that finals MVP and they won, what would that have done to his legacy? How would that look? He's supposed to be compared to Jordan. You can't be compared to Jordan. Scottie Pippen never got, finals MVP over Jordan. So Wade was supposed to be your Scottie, because they were up 2-0 and Wade had by far the better numbers. So either you sabotage or you choke. That's all that happened, because you was up 2-0. Dallas came back down 2-0 and won that series. So
Eddie House was on that team, and Eddie House publicly, he publicly said that LeBron he basically choked that series away. He said
okay,
LeBron wasn't even there. He said LeBron wasn't there. I mean,
okay. And that's fine. Either, like I say, I'm with you. If I would rather, he didn't say one or the other. I choked, or man, it wasn't nowhere in the hell I was gonna let Dwayne Wade win Finals MVP. Either
and I
say
mean,
one
and
or
it can be
one or
one.
the other.
It could be one and the same. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm getting at, is that Eddie House on that team said LeBron didn't show up. He did not show up for that series. So,
But the man himself said he didn't have enough help. He's he's never he has never had enough help, no matter where he's been, no matter his teammates. This
yeah,
man is gonna lead basketball. When he gets through, Kyrie Irving is gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Anthony Davis is gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Carmelo,
Uh,
Wade, Hall of Fame. Bosh, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Carmelo,
Uh, Carmelo. You
Carmelo,
gonna have all these
Westbrook.
guys.
Shaq, Ben Wallace.
Uh,
He
if,
don't
if
have
he
more help. He don't have more help than a blind cripple. So
and so
it's no excuse.
Ain't counting.
and like you
Kevin
said,
Love.
Kevin Love, come on, man.
Yeah,
So it's the guys. Anyway, but like you say, for this series, like you
yeah,
say, um, Russell, like you say, you expect your role players to be able to step it up, but again, all of that comes from that comes from the top down as far as like the players on the floor. And like you say, Anthony Davis is giving you everything. We can't ask 33 and 12 and 17, what I'm saying, like that, like shit. That's what we got to win if he's giving us those numbers. And then Austin Reeves gives you 22 points. Well, shit. Okay, what?
right. Even though Russell didn't have his big one, Reeves had a bigger game, and that's the point.
Yeah,
Is like every game, somebody on your team gonna be up and down. As long as you have somebody giving you something, and that's part of it. Because even with Denver, right? Denver ain't necessarily lighting the league up right now in the playoffs, but they're finding ways to get it done on a nightly basis. And I think personally, you got to go with the top. It's just like a captain of a ship. And I think that, and you all can understand this with me, but just like Russell Westbrook in LA, right? He was the problem. He didn't fit. We talked about that before he even came. I think it's a similar situation with D'Angelo Russell. I think seeing him act the way he acted in that last game basically is telling me what is really going on that ain't being put out there, is that he can't get off with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like if he plays without LeBron, it's a whole different Russell. Go back to the game when we
It's
beat
it's a,
Boston on the
it's
road.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's a pressure thing where and this one I'm gonna get on LeBron at big time. It's that damn hypocrisy. You can't go out there and turn the ball over 7, 8, 9 times, and then D'Angelo Russell throw the ball away one time, and you frowning up, you looking back at the bench like you need to take him out the game, and oh my God, what's wrong with this guy? He trash. His body language that is demoralizing because you're the most famous athlete on the planet. You're one of the greatest players of our generation, and you are up out here really belittling this
Pounce.
man on
Mm-hmm.
pouting on every mistake that he makes when you're making the same mistakes multiple times is not fair, and it puts a pressure on him to where it could take him out his game,
Yeah.
to where it's like, okay, I don't want to mess up because LeBron going go to looking over to the bench and Darvin Ham, which brings me to Darvin Ham. I'm going to get on him about this. We was talking about how role players was getting off and all that stuff there. Mike Malone's strategy is AD and LeBron, you guys are going to do it by yourself, and I'm going to shut down all your others. That's really what he's doing. Whereas Darvin Ham, he's trying to stop the unstoppable. You ain't going to stop Joker because you're not big enough. You're doing a decent job on Jamal Murray, but he's going to eventually get off. Why don't you keep your ass at home on Michael Porter because he killed us from the 3? Why don't you keep your ass at home on KCP? Game 1, he killed us from the 3. Why don't you put a body on Aaron Gordon and keep him off the board? Do the things that you really can do. Emphasize that. Like I would have called it when Aaron Gordon got his second offensive rebound, I would have called a timeout and I would have got in LeBron face and Hachimura face. I'm like, if you let this mother get one more offensive rebound, I'm gonna sit both of y'all out the rest of the game. I'd rather lose the game with somebody else than to watch y'all let this guy beat you on offensive rebound. We should be up by 25 if you would keep him off the boards. Aaron Gordon single-handedly kept them in the game the first half with offensive rebounds and cuts.
Yep. Out of that dunker spot.
Yeah. All you gotta do is put a body on him, face guard him, do what you gotta do, but he can't do what he doing. You let a guy that can't shoot, can't dribble, dominate the game. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say. Well, I was just gonna say that but if you watch the Nuggets, man, they play together. They play on the string, offensively and defensively. Like I saw some moments in there where Joker got on one of the players because they wasn't in a defensive position where they should have been, and they gave up easy bucket. Things like that. And then on the offensive side of things, even when the Joker's not necessarily going off scoring, he's doing other things as far as like initiating the offense and hand dribble handoffs, making the proper passes and things like that, which involves the teammates.
But look at
you know what I'm saying?
Look at Joker body language when AD score. He don't care. He like,
Right.
AD, you score. He don't get mad till Hachimura get off. He don't get mad till Austin Reeves get an easy layup. You can tell the strategy that Mike Malone has implemented. AD, LeBron, y'all do what y'all want to do. Nobody else is getting off. That's the strategy.
Man, yeah, you had something there, Brandon?
No, and I was going, like you say, my disappointment with Darvin Ham has been, what I'm saying, I was okay, yeah. When he gets in here, man, we're gonna have to have somebody, like you say, that's gonna kind of lay down the law. Look, somebody that's gonna be willing to challenge not only LeBron but AD. Challenge the team, challenge them. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, nobody gets a free pass, nobody gets any gimmies, nothing like that. And he's done the total opposite. Like you say, we're still back in this dadgum coddling mode of LeBron James, and then I was checking out the thing the other day. Kenyon Martin, he's sitting up there, and he said the fact that the Lakers are not working this team through Anthony Davis is, he has got to be the focal point of your team. Every time you come down the floor, he's got to touch the ball. He doesn't have to
Yep.
shoot it every time. He doesn't have to shoot it every time, but he has to touch the ball to change the awareness of where everybody is on the floor. And that's not going to work with the damn ball being beat at the top of the court, at the top of the key for 15 seconds. And then you try to make a bad move, and then you working your
And you hand it
teammates, and you
off.
kick it out to, and then you kick it to a guy who hasn't had you haven't given him a layup. You haven't given him a short free, you know what I'm saying, something for his eyes to see the ball go in the hole, even when he's struggling. Get him a damn layup. Get him, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, hey, we played ball. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime you start out a game, man, what's the first thing you do? You do layups. You get to the closest to the basket as you can. You get somebody a layup. And then you shoot your free throws. And then you know what I'm saying, you work your way out. I don't care. I mean, that's just shooters. And if you got a guy that's not shooting the ball well, get him a layup. Let him see the ball go in the hole. Let him get a little confidence. And like you say, the same way with LeBron, and as opposed to, like you say, if Joker's getting on his teammates, he's doing it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, he's doing it. He's not demoralizing his guys. You know what I'm saying? He's holding them accountable. And like you say, anytime the leader of your team is out there making you look bad, you're not gonna play good.
No.
You don't want to play good. You like you say, it's
Yeah.
like, man, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once you check out mentally, the rest of it's done, man.
And that's why I'm saying with Russell is like, man, this guy, man, I seen Russell put 40 up. You know what I'm saying? When he was in Minnesota and other places in Brooklyn, and he was going off. When he was drafted as a Laker, right? He was supposed to be the Lakers, guard of the future at one time. He's a talented player. To me, he's a borderline, like whatever you want to call a notch right below being an all-star. Right? He's a guy that can be a consistent player for you, especially if he's able to play the way he needs to play. I just don't think with the style that LeBron plays, those type of guards don't really mesh with him. And
No,
you know what I'm
LeBron,
saying?
LeBron wants you to spot up and
Right.
spot up
And he's not a spot up guard. You know what
and
I'm
play
saying?
defense. And D'Angelo
Yeah.
Russell is neither. He's not. He can hit a spot up, but that's not his game. And
Right.
he's not this world beater elite defender. So LeBron don't like him either way. But I'm just like, with Darvin Ham though, I'm like, look, stop doubling Joker. Let him get 50. If he go out there and get 50, you tip your hat. But you can't you can't have them leaving Michael Porter, leaving KCP, leaving Jamal. You cannot. They got shooters. You cannot leave these guys and let them get a rhythm. Stay at home. I just want to see one game where we make an effort. We're going to stay at home. We don't give a damn what Joker doing, all that turning around, twisting and spinning in the middle of the floor and passing it and cutting it out. Like, stay with them guys on them cuts. Make sure that there's no lane for them cut. Make him score the same way we almost beat the great Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash. The game plan was always make Steve Nash a score. He kill you with the pass. Joker kill you with the pass. It ain't his scoring that hurts you. If you stop him from having those lanes to pass and get all those other guys, shots and get them off. Because really, if you really want to be honest about it, their role players are all one-dimensional. KCP is nothing more than a spot-up shooter. He can't dribble. Okay? I mean, yeah, he can dribble for you. He's an NBA player, but it's not like he's going to break you down.
Right.
He's a
They all specialists. They all kind of specialize in certain things.
Yeah, Michael Porter. He's just a really tall spot-up shooter. He's not going to break you down off the dribble. Aaron Gordon can't dribble. Nothing more than a hustle guy, dunk, dive,
sure.
rebound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. So you taking these one-dimensional players and you letting them kill you because you out there double teaming Joker, a guy who almost is embarrassed when he has to score a lot of points. He don't want to score a lot of points. If Joker scores over 35, he's ashamed of himself. He don't want to do that. So make him do it. And then if he does that and he lose, guess what he's gonna say? Gotta get my teammates involved. Now you're gonna get him forcing passes. Like, that's coaching. Stay home. Don't let these scrubs. I don't call them scrubs, but don't let these these one-dimensional players get off, because that's all they doing to the Lakers. You guys are not that elite, and we're gonna take you. We can't take LeBron and AD out the game, but we can take Reeves and D'Angelo Russell and Hachimura out the game. That's
Yeah,
all they do.
yeah, you know what the beauty of all this is though, and looking at this from a Nuggets perspective, is it shows you what happens when you play as a unit on both sides, when everybody's kind of involved. Because if you look at it, the Lakers have two of the top 10 players in the NBA. The Nuggets, yes, the Joker is listed as one of the best in the league now, but he was drafted during a commercial break in the second round.
Yeah,
Right? His name was going across the bottom of the screen during a Taco Bell commercial when he was drafted. Jamal Murray is not a perennial All Star. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
KCP is a journeyman, if you will. And then you know what I'm saying? And so like it's not like
Mike,
they're super stacked. They
Mike
play
Malone.
together.
Yeah, but Mike
Yeah,
Malone is coaching his ass off. Like, let's just
yeah,
call it what it is. You know, I know the who's your daddy thing. It get on my nerves as a Laker fan. I know he talk noise but when I listen to him in the huddle, I'm like,
yeah.
I want to play for him. When I listen to Darvin Ham, I'm like, man, dude, quit trying to be these
but
dudes'
who
friends. Quit trying to be
but
their
who
friends.
who pushed for Darvin Ham to be here? You know what I'm saying? Like why is there always a
I don't know who
why is it
pushed.
always a coach? Why is there always a coach here that's not like one of the guys? You know what I'm saying? Like the guy. Like why is it always a
Because
coach? There
LeBron
you
don't
go.
want no coach. Because LeBron don't want to be coached. I mean,
Yeah,
that is one of my absolute knocks on him. He does not want to be coached.
I promise you. You know, I mean, I know we can't get Eric Spoelstra, but if Eric Spoelstra had this same roster, we would be up 3-0. We would be up 3-0. Like that, because Eric Spoelstra can coach. And I promise you, Eric Spoelstra would do exactly what I'm saying. Like what? Why are we double teaming? I'd rather Joker go out there and try to get 40, 50 than to let Joker still get his 30, and then still, you know, and then Michael Porter got 18. Aaron Gordon got 15. KCP got 14. Like that, now you got to hold them in single digits the way they doing our guys. Our guys are all in single digits, you know. And it's just, you know, you look up, you see, okay, AD got 30 something, LeBron got 20 something, okay, but ain't nobody else doing that. That's a loss.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, with Joker, when he gets those 6, 7 assists, you know what I'm saying, just 7, 8 assists, you know, when you think about it, 8 assists, that's anywhere from 16 to 20 points that he's helped produce. You know what I'm saying? He's helped produce another 16 to 20 points just by, like you say, by making the stuff easier for his teammates. And we don't have it, you know what I'm saying? Again, we got AD who is, you know, getting us some points and all that stuff. Where's the guy that's making it easy for everybody else?
Yeah,
where's our leader?
And it's
our leader.
And it's twofold. It's twofold. One thing about a player is this: they play better defense when they see the ball go in the hole. So if Aaron Gordon and KCP and Michael Porter are really, really on lockdown and they not scoring, guess what? Their defense gonna suffer on the other end. So now when you run out, they not sprinting as hard because they bummed out because they can't get their shit off. That's the same thing. They give them a dose of the medicine they give, because that's what they doing to us. I mean, I've been seeing this since game one. That's what they doing. They Michael Malone's smart. Like, you know,
it's the type.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. It's the type of assist too, guys. Like the Lakers had like in game 3. Okay, Lakers had 23 assists. Denver had 27. Okay, you say, oh, it's close, but it's the type of assist. It's not just the kick out and now you got to make this shot right here. It's more like ball movement type assist, getting people in positions where they can finish, or it's a pass that leads to another pass. It's a different flow. And that's when I'm seeing that too between the two teams. There's a better flow between the Nuggets than the Lakers. Yes, exactly. So
easy buckets, easy.
Yeah.
Easy buckets, like you say, layups, and like you say, the guys that are the spot up shooters, they're getting theirs at a wide open spot up shot. Like you say, Aaron Gordon's getting his dunks off. You know what I'm saying? And you, like you say, like you say, it's not like you're getting assists. well, like you said, like we, you just kick it out and somebody just hits a contested three. You know what I'm saying? They're getting easy baskets, easy layups, easy spot up shots, and like you said, that makes that feeds the other end of the floor. And like you say, that's what's been hurting us is that nobody's getting any easy buckets. Everything that we get is hard. Everything that we get is contested. And then, like you say, once you miss that shot, you're not running back on. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting back. You sitting there looking to see where the ball. You know what I'm saying?
And
all that mess. Yeah, and Denver has been falling behind in a couple of these games too, right? But guess what? They just walked their way back in the game. And I know somebody, Rod, you mentioned Coach Malone. Remember last game, early in the game, Joker had two quick fouls, but he didn't take Joker out. He kept him in the
he
game.
left him out. He left him out.
Yeah.
You want to know
That's
why?
a trust.
You want to know why though? It's
What's
a
that?
trust, but it's also the game plan. I know I
Yeah.
can leave you out there because we don't care if AD scored. That's the.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Look at Joker body language. He
Yeah.
does not. He could give two craps about
Yeah.
AD scoring. Most people be like, man, this man just hit me for 12 straight. I got to get some
Yeah.
get back. I got to stop it. He don't care because he knows your twos ain't gonna hurt me as much as if I start letting D'Lo and Reeves
get off. Yeah.
start hitting threes. Because my guys down here double teaming trying to stop you. Versus the Lakers, if Joker scored 2 times back to back, they send in double teams. Don't send the double team. Let him go. Let him go. Stay home.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, is it more Denver or more Lakers the issue, guys? At this point,
It's more. I think it's more Denver than it is the Lakers. Because we were doomed from the start because we didn't get a big man. So we are at their mercy. They're gonna do to us what we do. They're gonna do. I mean, they are a better team because we are an incomplete team. We got, as far as I'm concerned, everybody's out of position. LeBron really should be at small forward. Instead, he's playing power forward. I don't know if he's playing power forward or small forward because him and Rui, they're basically interchangeable.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah,
you never really know. But I think if AD was able to play power forward, roles will be clearly defined, and I think LeBron will be better at small forward. I think that having a center would change this whole series. Having Vanderbilt would change this whole series. So it's just certain things that we just don't have enough to contend with Denver from a personnel standpoint, and it don't take a lot of money to address the issue. I mean, I look at the Dallas Mavericks. All they did, they went and got some wing players that played defense. They went and got a couple of bigs that played defense, and they took off. And I'm like, we were so focused on, we got to please LeBron. We got to go get a clutch sport client. We got to get Dante Murray. So that was our whole focus. And so when we couldn't get Dante Murray, we just like, okay, well, we ain't going to do nothing. We didn't make any moves, and then we went and got Christian Wood off the scrap heap, who really he ain't no real big. I'm like,
right. He's another Anthony Davis type.
Yeah, the whole time they was worried about Dante Murray trying to get him. I'm like, why do we need another guard? We don't need another guard. We need a big. And I'm like, you can't see they just couldn't see the forest for the trees. I'm like, you got it. And I mean, and Antowan, you made a point earlier about, it's a 2-7 seed. We could have been a 1. We could have been a number 3 seed. No matter what, at some point or another, we know we're gonna see Denver. There's no avoiding it. They're the defending champs. How do you not get somebody to defend the best player on the defending champs? That's just stupid.
Exactly.
It's like the NFL. It's like the NFL. If you're in the NFC East or whatever division you in, whatever that division, whatever it is in that division, you try to build your team to beat that division. And in this case, in the NBA, you're trying to beat the best team that got the best issue. So yeah, you got to build your team.
How you gonna be in a division with Patrick Mahomes and don't have a pass rusher? You asked out. You gotta
You're
get
gonna
one.
lose. You set yourself up for failure, and that's exactly like you say. You get back from the whole thing. That's exactly what we have done. We set ourselves up for failure, and like you say, they're the thing. Like last year when we went through, we were able to create, like you say, we were able to create bad matchups with the guys that we had. You know what I'm saying? We were able to get away with AD. You know what I'm saying? We just caught we caught everything going right. And then when we ran into Denver, they whooped our ass. And then, like you say, the first thing that you're going now, when you're going through and you look at the potential setup for the playoffs, even if you're getting down there towards the end and you see. You're going to see, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, at some point, we're going to have to see him. Go get somebody. Go get you somebody that can help your team out. And again, like I know me and Jones that had this. We had everything we needed back before you know what I'm saying? When LeBron first got there, we would have been set up now if we had just waited that 1 year to get freaking we wait 1 year. Yep. 1 year to get freaking thank you, sir.
80,
to get
80.
Anthony Davis. Dude, look at what we would have had. We put Zubac next to him. And then
I'm glad you brought up Zubac. I want to
bring
Magic gave away, like, even though we did the whole trade and we got 80, Magic gave away Zubac for Mike Muscala. He just gave him away, and then we waived Mike Muscala halfway through the season. I'm like, Zubac is the perfect person you won't own Joker.
Next to Davis, exactly.
Exactly. But like for me personally, I'm gonna be honest about it. I think Magic, everybody praises him, and I love Magic. Magic's one of my favorite players.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. He's top. He's top two. Is the coin flip between him and Kobe. Those are that's my dude. But I'm gonna criticize him as a GM. And I know 411 know where I'm going with this. Number one.
Yeah.
We supposed to have had Tatum. Do you know what we would look like if we had Tatum and Ingram? We had the best forward combo ever. And then on top
you
of
said that
they both Duke boys. They already close friends. If you had Tatum and Ingram side by side, and then you go get 80, we don't even need LeBron. We wouldn't even need it. If my front line is Ingram at the 3, Tatum at the 4, 80 at center, or hear me out. Or we kept Zubac and slide that down to where now Ingram is your 2. You got a 6'9" 2 guard. You got a 6'11" small forward. You got a 7 foot power forward and a 7 foot. That team would have been stupid. And then we still would have had Russell. We still had Russell at the 1.
And then you bring in the right coach to run the type of offense that would fit those style of players. There you have it.
There you go.
You said.
I'll tell you who I would have got. I would have stopped Rick Carlisle's ass from going back to Indiana. I'm like, you ain't going to Indiana. You come to LA. And he and throw some money at him. Rick Carlisle would have had us rocking. He would have had us rocking.
Yeah.
And then you got guys that were out there.
You see,
what you call it was.
You see how
go ahead.
Halliburton looking. You see how Halliburton looking. If D'Angelo Russell had Rick Carlisle type coaching at a young age with that squad I just gave you, oh yeah, we'll be set up for a couple championships.
And you got to think about it too. I mean, like you said, we get just as far as like hitting off on that. But you look at Halliburton. He got the Kings drafted him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted by the Kings, and then
they trade. They traded.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they traded, and then who did they got?
I think it was like the Sabonis.
Was that Sabonis?
Like that. Yeah, it was a good trade for both teams.
Yeah, but then like you say now, but now you look at Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? You look at it
Yeah.
because at first it was like even before the trade, they were kind of like, I don't know, and this and that. Did they draft him too high and all that? But like you say, all that it depends on the coach. And coaching, what I'm saying, that is one of the most underrated things that we get into the NBA with is everybody keeps talking about how athletic the players are and how, what I'm saying, this. I don't care who you have and what you got. If you don't have the right coach, if you don't have
The right
great coaching,
system.
the right system for you look at what the guys are getting. Like you say, Miami is an individual, what I'm saying? Like those guys, nobody on that team is carrying a team without Spoelstra. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we got
Without-
Gabe Vincent. I knew Gabe Vincent wasn't that good. I told you that before when we talked about it. I'm like, Eric's supposed to got that boy looking better than what he is, and we spent all that money on him. We should have kept Schroeder.
Because of the system that they play, the ball movement, they're one of the best teams in the league that as far as passing the ball around. They're one of those teams that have like the most what they call passes or whatever stat. And it's a system in place that help their players thrive. And that's where we are really struggling, man. If you
That's
think
where we
about it,
suck. It ain't no damn struggle.
yeah.
We suck.
Well, that's
We
what we
get
suck at.
again.
Yeah.
We get the same thing is like I say. We get LeBron who gets at the top of the key. He beats the damn ball on the floor for 12, 13 seconds.
Call for a high
You know what I'm
field
saying?
goal.
Yeah, and then you give it to Anthony Davis with 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully he'll make a move, or if he doesn't, then you try to kick it out to D'Angelo, who done missed his first 2 jump shots, and then he misses the third one. And then, like you say, now you walking down with your head. You know what I'm saying? Like it was his fault. He had to damn jack up a 3 with 0.7 seconds left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
I told my cousin what Russell and some of them guys should do is when they get the ball thrown at them, throw it right back.
Mhm.
Throw it right back and say you make the shot. You know what I'm saying?
You make your shot.
You know,
you
because
don't draw down out the ball.
and then give it to
yeah,
him.
you done beat that son gun on, like I say, and then like you say, he slows the game down because, like you say, he's still 39 years old. Yes, he's in shape and all that, but truth is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Rod, I don't know how old you is, but TJ gonna be, I'm 49, TJ 40, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, it take me 10 minutes to get out the It take me 10 minutes to get out of bed every morning. You know what I'm saying? I got to get over and sit down and kind of get your joints in line so you can stand up to move, to go, you know what I'm saying? And 39, you know what I'm saying? He's got plenty of years on his body. You know what I'm saying? I know he does all of this.
Yeah, he's slowing down the whole thing. And then it's the thing right here I got to touch on. Okay. All this how I know he ain't really focused on winning. Why would you sign up for the Olympics? You don't play in the Olympics.
Oh, you know why that is.
3-4 times. You know,
look at the roster.
I know, but you already had that experience. Won't you sit your old ass down, relax this summer, and come back ready to play? Instead, you're gonna be like, oh, LeBron played too much basketball. He needs to, so now he got a load management top of the season and this, that, and other. And it's like, man, that's why I say what I say. If that's your focus, man, take a pay cut. Do us a favor and take a pay cut.
But he's on that USA team because you look at that roster, man. This is probably one of the most stacked rosters coming up in the last couple of Olympics. So he got to be in the middle of that.
He actually hurts the roster. We might lose. He got to make
up for that bronze medal. You got to make up for that bronze medal.
Is Kyrie on the team?
No, Kyrie didn't make the team. He's not. They didn't invite him. Whatever. They may invite him. Whatever.
I'm gonna tell you like this: we're gonna lose because we don't have enough marksmen. We don't have shooters like that. If you really look at that roster, we don't really have shooters.
Well, for one, Embiid was who was supposed to play for France. He opted now to play for USA, and the French, man, boy, they are pissed off at him. They're like, man, you shouldn't. You can't even come to this country no more. And not that he's from France, but
Embiid gonna be hurt anyway. He not
He
gonna
gonna
make
be
the team.
he ain't gonna be out there much,
Yeah,
but that's the
his ass
point.
ain't even
Yeah.
gonna play. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean,
and
you know,
then
so
no,
we
go
so what
ahead,
you
brother.
so what he finna do? He finna take his ass out there, hurt his legacy some more. He finna get a bronze or silver medal. Once again, you can't get gold without Kobe. And and then you're gonna come back again. I guess you're gonna work real hard and get another in-season tournament. I guess that's another thing too. You know, we finna be embarrassed with we won the in-season tournament, finna go get swept in the first round. Like that stuff right there to me,
Yeah.
that hurts your legacy. But he gonna be able to forever say, I won the first in-season tournament. I won the first one. They might name the award after him.
They
You know,
well, personally about the in-season
the
tournament.
in-season MVP, the LeBron James Award.
the
You,
LeBron James Award. Yeah.
Well,
you
the
suckers.
league need to get rid of that ASAP. But yeah, guys, is it time to move on from LeBron? If you was general
Yes.
manager, is it time?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was time 2 years ago. It was
Yeah.
2
time
years
2
ago,
years ago.
exactly.
I mean, when it comes down to it, cause now, okay, first of all, we already wasted a pick last year. I don't know how the hell Miami ended up what they got. Golden State got the Bushy had Pekinski. I mean, everybody thought Houston got my man. How the hell did we get Hood Shafino? That was the worst pick ever. I'm like, first of all, I didn't know who this kid was. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they saw something I ain't know, whatever. I seen this. I'm like, he can't play. I'm like, we already blew a pick. Now we talking about we finna blow another pick on Bronny to make LeBron happy. No,
Man.
we ain't got. We need to make sure. Number one, you need to draft them. You draft all bigs. If they ain't 7 foot, 280 plus, don't even look at them. Get big. Then, because we got guards. You got D'Angelo Russell who gonna opt in because when he talking about he gonna opt out, ain't nobody gonna pay him more than that 18 million after you just shot a donut. So he gonna be back. Gabe Vincent, he on the lawn. So you got him. You got Reeves. You got Dinwiddie. You don't need no more guards. You know. Plus we got Max Christie who can't even get playing time. Who pretty solid. So we don't need any more guards. You need to get bigs. Cut Jackson Hayes, sorry ass, because he goof troop out there. He always dropping the ball, fumbling the ball, don't do nothing but foul. Occasionally he'll finally catch an alley-oop, but he sucked. Get rid of him. Get rid of Woods. Let him go smoke all the weed he want to smoke, and just let's cut the nonsense. But to waste another pick on Bronny, so we can keep LeBron, let somebody else draft Bronny. So now the pressure on LeBron. Now let's call your bluff. Will you please leave? Will you if your son gets drafted by the Toronto Raptors, are you gonna go to Canada? Let's see. Do you really want to leave sunny California, or are you just trying to manipulate us into drafting that trash player so you can come so you can live out your fantasy and don't trick us with a ham sandwich? Like, no, we not doing that, man. I am not for that. Let him go. I hope Detroit draft Bronny. You ready to go to cold ass Detroit and go.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. It's time to move on. Like you say, if I, and I, as a, as a longtime Lakers fan, this is one of them situations, man, where if we had Big Bus from back, saying he would not have any hesitation. That man moved on from Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So what would it be? What would it be to move on from LeBron? This LeBron. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. Hey, none. Hey, man, you got us that asterisk bubble, that little bubble championship that that y'all. Hey, that's fine, but we can still get something for you. And like you said, 2 years ago, hey, he was, he's still playing at a high level, still, still effective. Yes, get rid of him.
You don't got all the
Get rid of him.
You don't got all the milestones out of him. You saw him pass Kareem. You saw him hit 40,000. Okay, fine. He might hit 41,000. Or you gonna keep giving him game ball? That's our gimmick now. Man, we the Lakers. We don't care about your individual stats. They don't mean nothing. You don't mean
That's
nothing.
right.
You basically played an injury-free 21-year career. I think if you take any perennial all-star and let them have a 21-year injury-free year and come out of school in high school, they're gonna have the same amount of points you have. Because it wasn't like you ever had a season where we were just like greatly impressed with your scoring. It wasn't like you had a 35-point season, where it was like, okay, he is really, really an elite scorer. You was always a 27, 28, occasionally you cracked the 30s, but you really wasn't that dude that's just putting up buckets. So to act like people act like he this elite scorer when he really is a longevity guy. Like even Kareem had a couple seasons where he hit 35. Like
but he also had an unstoppable move. Like
right,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like basically it's like walking. You know what I'm saying? You can walk a long time versus running. And so and it's not taken away from it. It's just that it's a perspective. Like if you do something for a long time at a particular rate,
I mean,
you can't get to a number.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the best analogy possible. LeBron James is basically Karl Malone, but he got to start in high school, straight out of high school. If Karl Malone started straight out of high school, he would be at 40,000. Karl Malone never got hurt, and he was consistent for 20-something years. The same thing.
Yeah.
That's why he passed Mike. And if you were to give Karl Malone 4 more extra years on the front end where he was still vibrant, Karl Malone would have hit 40,000 points.
Yeah, that's a good point. And even then, nobody said he was the greatest player of all time. You know what I'm
saying? He passed Mike. Nobody said, "Oh yeah, that puts Karl Malone ahead of Mike."
Yeah. Hey, here's
never had that question. Yeah, never. That was never brought up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, we have talent on this team. Look at this, for example. Now this is just when LeBron's out of the game. And Austin Reeves with a 19-5-4. You know what I'm saying? And look at D'Angelo Russell now. Look at Russell.
19-5.
Wow.
And look at this. 21-10 and look, 21-10 assists.
5.11.
Almost 21-11.
That's 22-11.
Oh yeah, 11.8. Yeah. 22-11 this season. That's right. So I'm saying these guys can get it done, man. It's like we got, like you said earlier, we have the guard play, we got perimeter play, we got a big man right here. Again, look at this: 26, 13, and 4. You know what I'm saying? So that's telling me the ball is moving and they're playing freer basketball.
Yeah,
I think it's time to move on. I think it's time to move on.
I think so too. Oh, and I want to point this out too. You talking about LeBron? I was breaking that scoring. I just looked it up. LeBron scored over 30 one time. He scored 31. Okay, so that's just for everybody that is like, LeBron, this great scorer. He's a good scorer, but the great scorers had multiple seasons where they hit 30, 34, 35 points, and that's just the facts. So.
Yeah, guys. All right, man. It's 3-0. Who closed? Does Denver close it out tonight, or do we get one?
Yeah, we broomed, man. We done.
I'm finna say, Rod let it off. Yeah, we get broomed.
Yeah, Cancun on 3.
Hey, man.
That's it.
Yeah, because at this point, I think the players have checked out. I mean, especially I think D'Angelo Russell's checked out, and they're gonna have to move him. Like I remember I was saying that he's gonna opt in because he's gonna look around and he gonna put his fillers out. He's not gonna get over 18 million, so he's gonna opt in. He's gonna force them to make a trade, which is bad for us because now everybody knows you got a disgruntled player that's gonna have to be traded. But I think the only way we can salvage D'Angelo Russell being a Laker next year is if Darvin Ham really does get fired. If he gets fired, then that'll, because I don't think I don't think D'Angelo Russell and Ham gets along, because I think D'Angelo Russell sees through the bullshit where it's like, you are so on me about everything I do wrong, but you don't hold that guy accountable. You don't hold you snatch me out the game if I turn the ball over. But like game one, everybody's like made a big deal because D'Angelo Russell turned the ball over. I went and looked at the box score. He turned the ball over one time.
Somebody had 7.
LeBron had 7. He had
7 turnovers.
And then and
that's 7 extra possessions.
7 extra possessions that the other team got, 7 that we didn't have. So I mean, so let's just they just say they score on half of that. Well, that'll swing the game. That'll definitely swing it. So
that's what you lose by. Them points right there. That's 6 to 8 points right there that you lose.
And I remember LeBron's turnover. He had 3 that was egregious and unforced. He had 1 where he just threw the ball across court and it went out of halftime. Yep. Matter of fact, the broadcaster almost caught the ball. So you had that one. You had one where he tried to throw a stupid bounce pass in between 3 people and it went out of bounds. I mean, he's throwing the ball out of bounds. So like I say, that's where D'Angelo Russell's like, you don't hold this guy accountable at all. Yep. Anything I do, you ready to pick it apart, and go off on me. And for the record, I know D'Angelo Russell has had his struggles. I think if you watch game 2 when LeBron missed that wide open 3, if you look at the bottom of that screen, D'Angelo Russell was calling for that ball because he was hot that game. And I think D'Lo would have hit that shot. I think D'Lo wanted nothing more than to hit that shot and go to yelling ice water in my veins. So
yep. Amen. Yep. So we'll definitely see what happens. Well, we know it's gonna happen tonight, but we'll see what the Lakers do moving forward. So we'll chop it up about that, man. And
it's gonna be a interesting. Jeannie, this is the season here. Jeannie finna show me what she all about. Did she really pay attention to her dad, or is she just a marketing guru and she gonna play the Jerry Jones role? Well, hey, as long as the team making money, then we good. So, and because if it was Jerry, Ham gone, and quite a few people.
Oh, Braun, Braun would have been gone. Yeah, Braun would have been gone. Braun would have been gone. Yeah, and they, like I said, they probably wouldn't have brought Ham in. You know what I'm saying? They would have probably went and got somebody. They would have probably went and got somebody else. I
don't think, even though Jerry Buss has a strong affection for Magic Johnson, there's a reason why Magic was never a GM or anything like that under Jerry Buss. And I don't think Magic would have been GM because Magic did a lazy ass job. He just took his ass across the street to UCLA and watched Lonzo Ball play and drafted Lonzo Ball. I'm like, this dude shoot a twister of a jumper, got bad knees, bad legs, everything wrong with him. And you drafted him over Tatum. Kobe worked out Tatum and like, how did we not draft this kid? That same summer, I'm like, you didn't. That tells me you didn't do your homework, Magic. You just was lazy. You was too worried about the Dodgers, and you drafted Lonzo Ball over Tatum. Well, I think you. So not only did you not draft Tatum, you let him go to the Celtics. Celtics might win a championship this year. Let's
add one more thing in there, Rod. He also said that when he did draft Ball, that Ball was actually going to be the point, and LeBron was going to be off the ball. He was going to be off, and LeBron was going to be off the ball.
Oh, that never happened. I do you one better. Then he flippantly just threw D'Angelo Russell away. Like we really traded D'Angelo Russell for nothing. Then on top of that, let me point this out too. He didn't even try to keep Julius Randle. So even if you wanted AD to play power forward, to play center, then you better get a real bruiser at power forward. We could have kept Randle. I think Randle and Davis would have been pretty good together. Do you understand? I just hate to keep bringing this up, but I'm gonna bring it up. You understand? If we never got LeBron or whatever, even if we just drafted right and kept our pieces, you talking about Randle, Tatum, Ingram, D'Angelo Russell, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma. I think we can sign the.
Zubac.
And Zubac. I think if we had that core, and Anthony Davis became a free agent, and we say, hey, we got cap space for you, buddy. Look at this young roster. He coming. You talking about your backup power forward is Kyle Kuzma and Julius Randle.
We were set up. We were set up. But you gotta be patient enough to wait out the Warriors at that time and the other teams that were on top. If you'd have been positioned for a run.
Let's not talk about that, man. Yeah, hurt my feelings.
Jeannie Buss was just, she was green and she just relied on, she was relying on what she thought she knew in terms of Magic. And I love Magic. Magic's a great player. He's a terrible GM. He really screwed us up because Magic was trying to win us a championship when he never understood. Jerry Buss never built championships. He only built dynasties. All our championships came in bunches because he built rosters to last. Well, we're gonna run for it. We finna go on a run. We don't just build. Okay, well, we got one. No, we finna go on a run.
Right.
Yeah, and you were exactly right. We were set up. We get that we got those picks. We were set up. Like you say, just trust the process. Take the guys that you draft. We got hit after hit after hit with the guys that we drafted. We drafted the right people. We did everything right. And like you said, the thing that screwed us up was we went and got LeBron and then let the LeBron effect
take us away
from what the Lakers had always done.
Overreacted to everything, and to be fair to D'Angelo Russell, I mean the whole thing with him was he's so immature. When I think back on it, Kobe was rehabbing his Achilles, so he wasn't really there. I think give him a year to play with Kobe and let Kobe put his foot in his ass a little bit. I bet you would have saw a different player. So even with that aspect of it, I just look around the league. I'm like, I know Washington suck, but Kuzma over there balling. I know the Knicks. I know Julius Randle hurt, but Julius Randle actually had the Knicks in a position when they were like, they were a top 4 contender. They still might be that, but Julius Randle was balling. You know what I'm saying? Like Ingram balling. Ingram got it. He got his team in the playoffs. They might go home first round, but they there. But if you take out Josh Hart, you take all that talent and put it back together
and put him in the right positions. Like you're gonna have
the real coach.
Yeah, like a Kuzma as a 6 man. Come on, man. Yeah. That's great. That's like a Ginobili 2.0.
We get that, and we go get Ty Lue. You know what I'm saying? We go get Ty Lue and let Ty Lue coach those guys instead of him coaching in the other locker room. We set up, like you said, we set up for the next 4 or 5 years to not only probably win, win some, but to always, to be that contender, like you say, to set up a long, sustained run. But like you said, we fall. Beverly Hills Cop. We fell for the banana in the tailpipe, man. We fell for the LeBron trick.
Antowan, look at this. Look at the young team, because really what we're seeing is the changing of the guard. So look at the young teams. You got Minnesota. You got OKC.
Yep.
And you got Indiana. Those are the three younger teams.
Orlando.
Huh?
Orlando. I mean,
Orlando, and then I would say the middle age team is Denver. That's the team that's they
kind of in their middle, and yeah.
But out of the 4 young teams, that roster I just gave you with Tatum, if we drafted properly, we better than all them teams. we will be ready right now to go on a serious run. Like I'm talking 3-4 championships. Yeah, he just I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. Well, we hate to end this on such a sad note, but yeah.
It was a sad
hey,
note after Friday. It was a sad note after Thursday night. We knew this damn move was coming, so that this started this today. You know what I'm saying? This was already like
it
Rod
was.
said, man. This thing was set up from the beginning of the year. We didn't fill our holes in, and we haven't done the right thing. So
I've been sad ever since your boy missed that wide open jumper. I'm like, it when you scared to shoot,
it's just basketball.
Hey, when you scared to shoot, but shoot how you scared. That's a bad combination.
yeah,
It's just basketball, right? It's just basketball.
It's just basketball.
Yeah.
It's just basketball.
All right, well, all right, guys, man. We'll chop it up again soon, man. We'll let's see what happens tonight, and then we'll go from there because we gotta get into our off-season discussions and see what happens there. Find out if we're gonna draft Bronny.
All right,
hey, man. But
All right,
we need to talk about that. We need to talk about that.
that's more sad news for one.
Yeah.
Oh man, bro. Well, all right, brothers, we out of here. Laker locker room. We about to get out of here, man, and chop it up later.
That's what's up, fellas.
All right, peace.
Peace, man.